Alrighty, so I've probably already recorded an introduction to what Philip and I are watching, but welcome, if I don't say it before, to Watching Movies with My Pastor. We're about to sit and watch Field of Dreams. It's my first time ever seeing it. I'm going to address the camera. This will be on YouTube as well as audio once I get this all established. But here we go. With this, actually, we're watching this the week that James Earl Jones passed away. I feel like I'm really blowing up my microphone a little bit. So we thought it would be appropriate. I felt like I wanted to watch this because Philip shared a bit of a thing from James Earl Jones, and I've heard this is a movie that make a grown man cry. So he wants to get it on camera. So if I lose it, we have it for everyone to see. But we are about to start the film. If anyone's, I don't know if we're going to have a watch along so much with this, because I'm probably not going to be talking a lot. Because if we start talking, I'm going to pause the movie. Because I've never seen this, so I don't want to.
I won't talk.
I don't want to talk over it.
This is kind of a rarity. See, we always thought we couldn't do this because when I get excited about things and films, I talk too much. So that's why I almost grabbed a little thing to cover my mouth because I get excited. I am a pastor. I'm his pastor, actually. Yeah. So,
which is why we call this
That's
Watching
right.
Movies with My Pastor.
That's right. So, but now that doesn't mean I agree with everything that's in films. Let me explain that to you.
Yeah.
But that does mean I also enjoy films, even if I don't agree with things. I love movies. I'm a movie fanatic. I quote movies all the time.
I think we've actually got an introduction going on here.
Yeah. I'm excited about a couple things in this film. This was Burt Lancaster's last film.
And Ray Liotta's one of his earliest.
One of his earliest. He was so good in this, but you'll see. And
James Earl
Jones is amazing.
Kevin Costner,
who I love. I love James, and Kevin Costner's amazing in this too. Everybody is. I can't think of her name right now.
What year did this movie come out?
1989.
1989.
My favorite year.
Of course, Batman.
Batman, Ghostbusters.
On another episode, you'll be hearing Batman if you haven't heard it already on this show, which we've done it on the other.
Lonesome Dove is my favorite film of all time. Lonesome Dove, which is a miniseries.
Yeah.
Love it. My favorite actors are in it. Anyway, yeah, great year. Great year.
All right. Well, I've got it queued up on a DVD. Unfortunately, not widescreen. I think Philip was surprised he didn't have a widescreen.
I thought it did.
That's okay. If I end up liking it and buying it, I'll have a digital widescreen at some point, probably.
Wonderful.
If this movie makes me cry, like they said it'll make a grown man cry, then. But I've got it. We're looking at Space, the Stars. So anyone who's going to try, well, I don't know if we're going to have a watch along, but I'm starting the movie now. Ooh, that French horn! I know this movie's going to try to get to me. French horn has got such a nobility and an emotional sound. Amy Madigan, you were trying to think of her name earlier.
Yeah, she's one of them.
His name's something. Oh man, the inspiration just from the music. That's so inspiring. I'm loving the music already.
Radio.
As Shoeless Joe, and he's a real guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Ooh, I got tingles just from that. Oh wow, the music is good. I'm gonna be crying like a baby. I bet. I just know it.
Gets to me every time.
I feel it. This music. Wow, this is like the theme from Glory.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops, sorry.
Ooh, this is so good.
I got some of the soundtrack.
Just because I'm gonna cry doesn't mean you get to hold my hand.
James
Horner. That's why.
James Horner's my all-time favorite. You know that. And he did Glory.
And Braveheart.
Yeah. Yeah. Titanic.
Titanic. Yeah. Probably the best thing about that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oof. He knows how to get to those emotions.
He's really good. One of the best. He did Star Trek 2. Sorry, 4.
At this point, I think my cornfield is haunted.
Yeah.
That's what he gets for smoking grass in the 60s. That's what happens. You start hearing voices.
If you build it, he will come.
Build what?
If you build what?
There we go. Thank you. Somebody asked.
He didn't say.
Ugh. I hate it when that happens.
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, I kind of know, but.
If you build, he will come.
At this point, I'd be moving out of the house saying, the house is haunted, let's go. Call the pastor, we're going to pray and bless this house and get out.
I love these old films. These are great.
Especially because it's whispering.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like even the little kid going, Sue, Sue.
Same here.
Well, it's just I've heard that sometimes farmers out in the field, they hear things, voices.
You hearing voices?
No, it's just that I heard that some farmers do, and I, of course, don't, so I...
There's a basilisk in your cornfield, that's what it is.
Nice talking to you.
Oh, and Patsy Cline Crazy playing. Oh, that's funny. Ooh, now he sees it. Wow. Ooh, I got chills, literally.
The music helps, man.
Yeah. This must be what it was like for Noah.
Yeah, they probably did.
I mean, he must have had dreams. But he never did anything about them. For all I know, he may have even heard voices too, but he
If his father shows up in that baseball
shouldn't
field.
listen to them. Do you think I'm crazy?
Yes. But I also think if you really feel you should do this,
It's a great scene.
I feel like Heather's had to say that with me a few times. Am I crazy? Yes, but you should do it because if that's what you...
I saw this in the last week of '89. Someone had rented it, and it was so good.
Oh, and he's wiping out I thought he had an open field that he didn't have corn in already.
Oh, no. That's why it takes a lot of faith in this.
I was expecting there to be a bit more drama to building it. I didn't think, boom, there it is. It's done. Short montage.
Well, it's just getting started, so.
This is about the point that I started inviting all the neighbor kids over to play.
I would too, honestly. Heck, I'd be eating meals out there. I'd be doing all sorts of things.
Daddy,
In a minute, Karen.
there's a man out there on your lawn.
Oh, I got tingles again. I'm waiting to see who this is. This is going to be something. Somehow or another, that this field's going to make the farm profitable, I bet, too. Like, everybody will want to come out. About like me if I was trying to hit the
I
ball.
wouldn't even do that good. I'd be lucky if I could hit it.
Can you pitch?
I wouldn't be able to do that either. I'd be terrible. That's why I was always the last one they picked when I was in gym. I was terrible.
Can't throw straight.
No, I couldn't hit. I actually hit once in a while, but the worst one was when I hit it and accidentally let go of the bat and hit somebody with it. It was terrible.
I did okay with fourth grade softball.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Got trophies at most improved player.
No good.
You have to go out in the cornfield and find all the balls, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Whoa!
Hey! Is this heaven? No. It's Iowa.
And all the Iowans say, "That's right, closest thing on earth."
Isn't that cool?
That's so cool. I remember when they played the baseball game out there. Yes, you better believe it. But when they played the real game,
I
and they had the
remember, that
players
was
come out
awesome.
from the cornfield.
That was awesome.
Weaver. Nice. Try, kid!
I like the respect of, hey, don't cuss in front of kids.
That's the way it
Which
was.
that still exists.
for a long
Even at
time.
Walmart, I was there at Walmart, and these people had even a kid of their own, and they're cussing up and down the
Yeah.
aisle.
What's this?
Anyway,
Thanks for coming.
A beautiful state.
Ray, think about what I said. You know, I'm just trying to help.
I know.
So I thought you two were going to watch some game.
do you not see what's happening behind you?
Because it's not really a game, it's more like a practice.
They're not kidding? Oh,
they don't
goodness.
see it.
I wonder if it's their lack of faith in any of this that's somehow or another affecting their ability to see
More or
this
less,
happening.
yeah.
Ray, dinner!
All right.
See you later.
Just like
Hey,
your
guys.
friends would have been when you're out playing and then your mom
Uh-huh.
calls you for dinner. Same
Hey,
way they
guys.
would have done it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah? Well, your husband plowed under his corn and built a baseball field.
At least he is not a book burner, you Nazi cow.
It's like Social Media, the movie. Oh, kitty cat, you're moving the camera.
But what's Terrence Mann got to do with baseball?
That's what I'm wondering. What does this have to do with the baseball?
You'll
things?
see.
What the heck?
That's kind of the mystery.
Does that feel like ripping them in the headlines? Because we are trying to get, there are certain books that probably should not be in a school library that can be in another library, but not in a school library. It doesn't belong there. And it's, yeah, that's a whole other issue.
Yeah. There he is.
Oh, James Earl Jones. It's going to be that guy, huh?
Terrence Mann.
Who the hell are you?
It's a great voice.
Yep.
Sir, my name's Ray Kinsella.
Wow. Okay.
He's so friendly.
Yeah. Well, he's got a strange person at his door.
That's true. Okay.
Okay, time to resume the movie, which has become too close to modern reality because it's like social media came to life in a PTA meeting where if somebody you don't agree with somebody, they're instantly a Nazi or something. Oh, golly. Okay. All right, so this movie went from being about baseball to being about hippies. Let's see when it gets back on
They saw
track.
into the future, didn't they?
Yeah, boy, did they ever. Here we go. Now, we've just got thrown out of James Earl Jones' apartment. Let's go.
We got a learning disability here?
Mr. Mann, if I could just have 1 minute, please.
Look, I can't tell you the secret of life, and I don't have any answers for you. I don't give interviews, and I'm no longer a public figure. I just want to be left alone. So...
He says it with such gravitas, and
Yes.
then...
How about this? Peace, love, dope! Now get the hell out of here!
Yeah, not everything about the 60s was great there, you know. So, especially with considering the drug culture and all the other stuff that did wreck a lot of lives. So,
Peace, love, dope.
yeah.
I like that van. That's a good van.
Reminds me of the one from the Ninja Turtles movie.
Me too. Me too.
Volkswagen van.
Yeah.
Oh, supper club. I thought for a second I thought I said it was a stripper club. I was like, what in the world? Where are they? How are you going to explain what you're doing?
What did I tell him?
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to tell him? I'm fine. I'm not missing. I'm in Minnesota. He just time traveled, didn't he?
Do you mind if I join you? I mean, I'd like to talk to you.
Let's walk over to my office.
Is that Burt Lancaster?
Yeah. He's
What do you want
great.
to talk to me about?
Baseball.
Well, when you
This-
got
this
to
is
the
his
majors,
last
You played
movie.
only one inning of one game.
50 years ago, for 5 minutes, you came this close. I mean, it would kill some men to get that close to their dream and not touch it. God, they'd consider it a tragedy.
Son, if I'd only gotten to be a doctor for 5 minutes, now that would have been a tragedy.
I think there's a lesson in that, I think.
Uh-huh. Big
He
time.
changed his dream. And your father changed his dream, too. You were his dream, and he was more concerned with you than he was baseball. He's going to learn that, I think.
So now I don't know why in the hell we were supposed to come here.
Maybe it was to find out that one inning can change the world.
Think it did?
Did for these people. If he gotten a hit, he might have stayed in baseball.
Look at all the community he touched as a doctor.
Hi. I'm Archie Graham.
Yeah, I fear he's like one of the old ball players as a younger self has been brought around or something, hasn't he?
Moonlight Graham.
Oh my goodness! Okay, yeah, I don't know why they didn't click.
Yeah.
The wink.
Yeah, this is what he wanted to do. Here we go.
Whoa!
He winked at me. Don't wink, kid.
Don't wink,
Good
kid.
thing for you, we didn't throw the fastball, kid.
He's gonna walk right through it and not even notice this game going on.
No, he doesn't see it.
Oh my gosh.
You're interrupting the game, Mark.
Ray, people will come, Ray. They'll come to Iowa for reasons they can't even fathom. They'll turn up your driveway, not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past. Of course, we won't mind if you look around, you'll say. It's only $20 per person. They'll pass over the money without even thinking about it. For it is money they have, and peace they like.
Ray, just sign the papers.
And they'll walk out to the bleachers. And sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They'll find they have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Where they sat when they were children and cheered their heroes. And they'll watch the game. And it'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces.
Ray, when the bank opens in the morning, they'll foreclose.
People will come, Ray.
You're broke, Ray. You sell now or you lose everything.
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. This field, this game, is a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come.
Comes a matter of faith.
That's exactly right. So I like about this movie.
Faith always has evidence to it.
That's right.
You know, there's a reason we don't have faith in nothing. We have faith that's something based upon what we've seen already happen.
Yeah, that's right.
You damn it!
Because he's a doctor. He got to play his one inning, but he's a doctor. Come on, dude. Doc Graham is in the house. Oh, but he can't live. Oh! Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like he leaves it, he's going to become old Doc Graham.
My brother must have been real scared because he didn't see any of that.
What do we got here?
She fell.
And now he sees it.
I think of how many heroes have saved my life.
Yeah.
God saved me through their hands.
Somebody's going to have to be a ticket taker, like $20 a person.
Yeah, can you imagine that? $20 oh my God.
The farm is saved.
And then some.
Yeah. So I think one of the overall things that seems to be communicating is that people's dreams change. And baseball's there through every period of life. They're like the 60s and everything. Baseball's there. But like the people who dream of playing, they get bigger dreams.
Yeah.
And he thought like, oh, his father had just given up on his dreams and everything. So no, his father had lived that dream, but you are the new dream.
Yeah, it's a nice...
I don't think he got it till the end where he says, no, this isn't heaven, this is Iowa. Then he looks over, it had his family.
Yeah.
So maybe this is heaven. If that's where dreams come true. It's like, you know.
Good movie, huh?
Yeah.
And the music, I tell you, having like this.
Yeah, getting to hear it. But yeah, it's you know,
first
strong
time I watched this after my father passed away in 2010, I bawled like a baby more than ever before because I can't even talk about it, but there's something about a father-son relationship.
Yeah.
Some men still watch this and cry because there's something very close about a father-son relationship, you know.
Yeah.
And baseball does that for some people, you know.
And I know like the whatever ghost of his father, whatever knew, you know,
spirit,
it's his
whatever.
son, but it's like you've got to he didn't. I got all this time not really looking at his father who his father really was, and didn't understand his father until at the end. It's like, oh no, wait, because his father was an old guy when he, you know, when he had it there. So he never.
He knew him, but he didn't know him.
He didn't really know his father. Yeah, you could definitely see that. So it's kind of neat to be able to say like, you know, where you always argued and you know, you didn't stop and think of like.
Didn't have a close relationship for certain.
Yeah. He didn't think that his father was ever young, you know, I guess. And
this will sound dark.
It's interesting.
But one of the most, I don't want to say good, but one of the things that God can use all things. when I was young and I was 16 and my friend was killed, I had a friend who was murdered. And when that happened, it changed my outlook on so many things. And the outlook was to never assume you're going to have people around forever. And I just started looking at people and telling people how I felt about them.
Yeah.
I started telling everyone how I loved them, and yeah, some people look at me weird, but there's different types of love. And I would tell people I love you, and and start letting them know that just how much I care, and because you're never promised tomorrow,
Right.
And so I started looking at life differently.
Yep.
I really did. I started thinking of it every day as a blessing, and it is. Especially with me, you may know me, may not, but I've gone through 7 brain surgeries,
Yeah.
and my first one was 14 years old. So at 14, of course, I had no idea I was going to go through 6 more, but every day is a blessing.
Yeah.
And that's why I love this movie. Now, I've had some people who spiritually will look at it and say, oh, there's this and this. I'm not getting into all the New Age stuff. I'm talking about, it's fantasy. That's how I look at it. And you can look and see good things too, spiritual stuff, if you want to.
But there was a lot of faith.
Yes.
Stuff. And it's
absolutely.
But it's, I love the way I've heard a description of faith as what, we got the definition of evidence for things hoped for, but it's not a blind faith.
No.
We have evidence to have that faith.
Yeah.
And he'd had the evidence that all this stuff was happening. Mm-hmm. He could see it, but he had to continue to have faith that it was all going to work out.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that. And of course, the concept, I loved having the Dr. Albert Graham in there.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Lancaster,
he had his little bit of time where he wanted to play baseball, but his bigger dream was he got to look the difference that he made in the community by being a doctor. That was his bigger dream. And sometimes the bigger thing you do, like is that family, or having that farm with his family. That farm ended up, he gave up whatever, and he didn't know nothing about farming when he got in there, but him and that farm with his family was his dream.
And he got to make other people's dreams come true.
Yes, and he's making other people's dreams come true.
And I like, also with the doctor, I like Alicia, if he stayed on baseball, he may never met Alicia, and he loved her.
So
he loved
it kind of shows, like, if you have like some kind of dream that you're not quite being fulfilled, maybe it's time you just got a different dream.
Yeah.
Because maybe what you're doing, this is really a thing in life. Maybe you are fulfilling things by what you're doing, and you're not paying attention the right way. Maybe God's got you right where you need to be, and you're not noticing that you're doing great things, even if you're not doing the things that you thought you were supposed to do.
Yeah, I joke about this a lot, how I wanted to be a professional wrestler as a kid. I wanted to be an animator, Disney animator, and I wanted to do comic book stuff. I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. But that wasn't God's intention. It wasn't His plan. I was to be a pastor the whole time. I just wasn't aware of it. But others knew, and I just wasn't aware. But I use a lot of those talents even now with what I do.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's just, it doesn't mean I don't love those things still. It's just that's not what I was intended to be.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
So even if you're not doing what you thought you were doing, you might be exactly where you need to be, and you just need perspective.
Mm-hmm. So I couldn't wait for you to see
that. There's a lot of things going on with this, take a look at your life. It's like maybe you're actually living the dream life, and you're right where God wants you to be, and you just don't realize it. And sometimes you have to take that step out on faith and not know where you're going with this. Don't know why. Okay, well, I don't know who's coming. I don't know what I'm supposed to build. Okay, now I know what I'm supposed to build, but I don't know who's supposed to be coming. Yeah. You don't know what you're doing, but like, I'm just going to obey. And it's like, this is what I'm supposed to do at this moment, because God doesn't tell you the whole thing. He says, step by step, trust me. There's definitely some deep spiritual meanings that I think was somewhat intentional. Maybe we're going deeper into it because the understanding that we have more than what they had gotten into. So there's a lot going on.
With just losing James Earl Jones, who it's funny how actors like that, people like that, not just actors, but people like that, celebrities, we feel like we know them, because especially when they're really old.
Yeah.
We feel like we know them, all of us. They're a part of our life, whether it's a voiceover, whatever it is. We feel like we know them.
Yeah.
For instance, Dick Van Dyke. He's been part of our lives before our life.
Yeah.
So it's like that. Those kind of people are a part of us in a sense, and because we are with them. And I have books by Dick Van Dyke. I have all sorts of wonderful things. So the point is that when those people leave us, that's a big gap that everybody feels like they've lost something.
Because he could give words just such weight, and
James Earl Jones, yes.
Only he could have given that. It's sort of a repeat a little what the little girl said, but he gave it when he was kind of saying it again and agreeing with the little girl. It adds such weight, and even when Ray's coming to the door there, he said something with such weight and says, "Now then." Bugger off, Before he just come and bugger off, what he was saying before had such gravitas because he had such a voice and such a way to deliver it that it's just, the words, he like gives the words more meaning than they had.
I saw an interview with him, and it really helped me a lot. Now, I had a lot of speech impediment growing up, and I had to take speech classes.
Yep, me too.
And whenever he spoke about that he had the same thing, and he thought he couldn't do anything, I thought, you, of all people, I'm still not perfect, but I'm a pastor, so I have to preach, and sometimes I have to say things deep and very slowly to make sure they sound right. I'm not trying to sound like James Earl Jones.
And I have to slow myself down so people can even understand what in the world I'm saying.
So I understand that a lot, with him even, he made sure he could say things slowly. That's what I have to do sometimes. There's certain words I have a hard time with. World is one of them. I used to say world. I don't know why.
Up in the world.
I used to go, what
in the world? Yeah.
So I have to say, what in the world?
Yeah.
But James Earl Jones helped me with that as a kid. Because I thought if Darth Vader, of all people, you know, I knew him from Conan and all that. And then, of course, later on, Lion King. And Field of Dreams, one of my favorites. Yeah. The moment where he walked into the field, like he's saying, about almost going to a heaven-type place, that was always a way to say, for me, I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah. And we never get to find out what happens as he disappears into the cornfield. Like, I was like, well, he was an old man. Maybe that was... Although, you know what this makes me think of? Like, when Rutger Hauer passed away. You go back now, his final speech in Blade Runner.
Yes.
How life just... You have to appreciate every little thing as it all washes away like tears in the rain. I played that clip on the podcast just as but it was such weightier now knowing that he's gone, and now seeing a scene with James Earl Jones as he just goes and smiles, walking in and disappears into the cornfield. I felt like we got to say goodbye to James Earl Jones.
I was watching Richard Harris earlier today, and one of the last things he did was the Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh yeah,
and his character passed away in that, and he
I
said,
haven't watched that in a long time.
that's a great film.
That's the Jim Caviezel one,
yeah,
right? Yes.
Yeah, he did a great job. You know, Richard Harris.
Well, I'll remember Gladiator.
He was amazing.
So great in Gladiator too.
He was amazing, and almost everything he did. He was amazing.
Dumbledore.
What was it? Unforgiven? No, what was it? I'm trying to think of the name of the movie. The one that had, and I want to say Untouchables. That's not it. Unforgiven. I
haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's got language and stuff. But it's a good film. Clint Eastwood, great film. And anyway, he was in there. He's Richard Harris, great dude in there. Anyway,
should probably wrap this up. This has been Watching Movies with My Pastor. We have watched Field of Dreams. You're not going to probably have heard a whole lot of us talking during the movie because I was trying to pay attention to a movie I had never seen before. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join us. We're watching another movie. At some point, I don't know if I'm going to have played the Batman episode yet, but there will be an episode of Batman that will go on a long time. We've got a lot of movies we want to watch. I'm not sure which one we're going to watch next. I've been thinking to maybe do Spider-Man, because I haven't watched that in a long time. Yeah. And we watched Batman, so now we got to watch Spider-Man. And then we got to watch Superman, because we're going to nerd out.
I actually have you ever seen the 3-hour version of that was only on
Superman?
TV? Yeah.
Yeah, brother, I own a copy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Richard Donner cut?
No, not that.
Superman 2. I mean, but I do have the extended Superman, which I believe I have digitally. If not there, I have a copy over here, too. But yeah.
Yeah, the one that was the TV version.
Yeah.
Almost 4 hours, yeah. It's good.
It's so good, though.
Mm-hmm,
it's so good. So yeah, because those are going to be like our like top comic book movies. We got to do those. So yeah, there's a lot of fun movies that we're going to watch, and it's a lot of old movies we're thinking to watch too.
Is there any Halloweenish ones?
Well, I don't know when I'm hoping to get some episodes released this week, but I don't know how quickly we're going to release episodes. I'm going to try to have a few in the can and then get them, because I don't know how often we can get together to watch movies. Hopefully every week, but it's going to be a challenge. So
yeah, it will.
I want to get a little ahead of the game, so we'll see. But more movies to come.